Huge day for people who are watching the electric vehicle industry and for those who have been saying, when will Rivian come to market? And when it comes to market, what's going to be the reaction of the investing public? We already know what the appetite is going to be before the IPO. In fact, they have raised the range several times. They're now setting the offering at $78 a share. That share count, 153 million shares, that is an upsized offering. Remember, it was supposed to be 135 million shares, and that's because strong demand is expected. It wasn't just expected as they were going through the roadshow. It's expected after it comes into market later today. The IPO proceeds are expected to top $11 billion, may even hit $12 billion.
2 weeks ago, people was flooding my Instagram asking me about should they jump on Rivian stock. Rivian's the new EV truck manufacturer, and I was having to tell them to pump the brakes. I think a lot of people are trying to chase this big run-up that they've seen Tesla have, and I have to remind people, do you guys not remember the dot-com bubble and Enron?
Making statements. This case is going to hinge around the statements, the public statements Ken Lay made about Enron and the optimism investors should have in Enron as he was doing a $100 million stock dump.
So in this video, I'm going to discuss with you all how to play this EV bubble, this EV boom that's coming in terms of cars, how you can get shares of the EV stock you like well underpriced. You can get 100 shares and not pay 100 shares, and how to prepare yourself for this EV movement that's coming. If you're finding me for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. My name is Lamont Tyson. This is the Life Gains Financial Channel. And what are we trying to do? Improve your quality of life, which is what we call life gains, by helping you save money and take that saved money and invest it. So people, there's tons of EV manufacturers popping up. You've got Lucid, beautiful car. You got NIO. You've got now Rivian. And of course, you've got Tesla. But of all these EV manufacturers, somebody has got to fail. Someone is not going to make it. And when you start talking about a company like Rivian coming out with an IPO evaluation well over some odd billions of dollars, and the stock price itself ran up to 175 bucks, to me, that's almost a recipe to let you know what's going to happen. Rivian hasn't sold a single damn car yet, and the stock is that high. My people, when you're trying to get the next great thing, you always want to have some provable data to suggest that the thing is going to do what it says it's going to do. So when Tesla came out as an IPO, they wasn't nowhere near $100, but they had already sold about 113,000 cars. Rivian ain't sold nothing. And so I said all that to say, just pump the brakes a little bit on Rivian. And if you must have the stock, buy it the way I've taught you guys to do your stocks. If you believe in these stocks in the future, buy a leap. And in a minute, I'll get on Robinhood and I'll show you guys how to do that one more time. But out of all these people that are trying to lead this EV race, one of the cheapest stocks right now that you can buy to put your foot in the EV race, without a doubt, is Ford. Their CEO has got a massive hard-on for Elon Musk and everybody else trying to get into this EV race because he feels like they can produce better. Now, one thing that they have to produce that they haven't produced just yet is a robust supercharger network. And I think Ford has the capacity, the income, and the money to do it. However, the technology associated with these things looks to be with all the other manufacturers, but in due time, I think Ford can catch up with them. And so out of all the EV manufacturers I've named, NIO, Lucid, Rivian, Tesla, for value in your stocks right now, the one that I think you should get your hands on is either GM, because they already got the manufacturing networks in place, or Ford, which is my number one choice because they've just electrified the F-150, which has been the most highest selling truck in the last 50 years. So let's jump on my Robinhood account so I can show you guys how to buy a leap, and then you can get in on this EV race, but do it in a manner that's going to save you the most money and give you the best bang for your buck. So I'm in my Robinhood account, and let's go ahead and take a look at Rivian first. Rivian just 2 weeks ago was $175, and look where it's fallen to now, my people. $116. And I was telling people hitting me up, do not buy this stock if it's valued more than $100. Wait for this thing to come down under $75. They haven't sold anything. And so the way, if you still just feel an itch that you've got to have this thing, you've got to have it. What you want to do is buy a leap. And on Robinhood, the way you buy a leap is you come over here, you click trade option. Now remember, a leap is something that's greater than 12 months out. And I always like to do three years out if I can get it. So first thing first, you would click buy, call. All right, then you come over here for your expiration date. And you scroll, see how far it'll let you go. It'll actually let you go all the way out to January 19, 2024. By that point in time, they should have some cars sold and you will have a better direction of where the stock is going to go. So you could pick January 23rd because that's a year out, but I like to take it as far as I possibly can because you can always get out of the contract and sell for the value of the contract. So we'll just go ahead and click January 19, 2024. Okay, now right now, to get Rivian, you're going to have to pay, if you want to get one full contract and you bought it for what the price of the stock is, you'll be paying, let's see, 117, right around about, I think that's about 11,000 some odd dollars, okay? The way you get it cheaper is you scroll down here and you're trying to find something that's going to have you a delta that's about, I like to go 85% or higher. And what does this 86 means? It means that your contract, every time the stock goes up, your contract is going to go up whatever this 0.86 is. If it's 0.9, it will go up 90 cents. If it's this, it's going to go up 86 cents. That's how much your contract will go up from this point if you were to buy this, if you was to buy Rivian at this strike price, which is $65. But keep on, well, that's as far as you can go. It won't let you go all the way down to 60, excuse me. It's idling. So let's just say, for example, you want to get in on Rivian and you want to do it at 65. Instead of having to pay $11,000, you would just click on this and this would be $7,400. And every time the stock moves up in price, you're going to get this contract going up $86. That's how the rich people do it. And that's how I would like for you guys to do it. But right now, I'm telling you that Rivian, even at 117, is too much. So let's go over here and look at another good play you can do for the future of electric vehicles, which is Ford, which is only $20 a share. So you could legitimately buy 100 shares of Ford at 20 bucks, but you're not going to do that because you're a smart investor. You're going to come over here, you're going to get yourself a leap, click buy a call, you're going to click on Ford, and you're going to scroll down to 2024, all right? And then you're going to scroll down here as far as you feel like you can afford. So let's click on the $4 strike price. And at a $4 strike price, let's see here, let me refresh this browser. The market's just opened up. And let's see here. Let me scroll down some more. You could get Ford at a $3 strike price and still pay less than the cost to get 100 shares right now. You'd be paying $1,750. And every time Ford goes up beyond $20, your contract is going to go up 98 cents. You know why? Because the current delta on Ford right now at a strike price of $3 is 98 cents. So ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what I mean when I say you buy these things on a discount and you get them where you're going to be getting paid intrinsic value back because you're buying this thing so deep in the money that every time the stock moves moves up, you're going to be gaining $1 in your contract. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all I wanted you guys to know about the EV race. Pump your brakes on some of these new guys coming out until they get some cars sold. But more importantly, if you're going to get into the race by buying these leap contracts in the way I just showed you. And if you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, all you got to do is follow me on IG, shoot me a DM. I try to respond to everybody that hits me up. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video. Please comment, subscribe. Get yourself that life game. Be sure to follow me on IG. And if you're someone who wants to get a one-on-one with me to talk about stocks, real estate, or any investing that you need to do to put yourself in that position of life gains, there's a link in the video description. We can set up a one-on-one video meeting. And until that next Sex is Hell video.